When I was traveling in train that time, I had no clue that I would meet him, the partner of my life, on such a journey. I was traveling for my work, but I was very tired inside. I did not want to travel only for work. I was trying to take a vacation from long. Once the professional meeting was over, I got in another train where I met him. We used to write letters before that, and we would often think of meeting. For years and years, we were simply writing to each other, and it was that process that got us to like each other. On the external world, we might be different, but internally, we had great resonance, really. It's difficult to explain how it happened with us. Just like every woman, even I used to feel that it would be so nice to have a guy with whom I would share my life and have conversations based on transparency. Initially, when we started to write to each other, we would freely express about things we saw around and whatever we used to feel in our hearts. There used to be no plans, and sometimes days passed with no writing. It was also a time when I used to email less words, but that was how that device was. Long emails were not possible. I often felt that our conversations were part of an attraction that rooted in much more than words could explain. We had not seen each other. Some online conference introduced us. His researchers intrigued me, and thus how it all very slowly started. Our trust built over time, and there were no expectations regarding anything. So the entire communication was just heartfelt truth. It was more like burying each other's life truthfully onto the other, thinking that if one suddenly dies, at least one alive would know what happened unto other. When this vacation journey started, I was quite relaxed, thinking about all the good emails that I had written to him, how many years had passed without meeting him, and time had simply fleeted away without showing us a signal that we were more to each other than we initially thought. I had been telling him that I would be going for a solo travel because I was too tired with work, but I never told him that I would be going to a specific place or for how long I would be traveling. My plan was to keep my internet off for a few days and just be with my own self. I had packed food for 2 days, and after that, I would have taken food from different vendors and stalls. That was how it had been randomly planned like that. There was no plan actually, and I was just going on intuition. The next day, after a week's journey, I realized that I had not booked the ticket for the destination I was supposed to visit. And it was such a random plan that I simply took the general ticket and got into the train. The train was jam-packed, and there was no place for me to sit. मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतते सध्यये यतताम् अपि सत्थानां कश्चित् मां वेति तत्त्वतः. Hardly one among thousands of men strives to realize me. Of those striving yogis, again, some rare one, devoting himself exclusively to me, knows me in reality. Bhagavat Gita chapter 7, verse 3. Somehow, I managed to get a place where I could sit for some time. Then some people came who had already booked the ticket and had that place reserved to themselves. The very moment I was supposed to get up from the seat in front of me was vacated and I got placed to sit. On the journey of 5-6 hours, this happened about 4 times, and I was really taken aback how I still managed to get seat every time I would get up. It was then that I suddenly met him on the train, and it was the first time that we were meeting in our life. We had exchanged pictures, so we knew how we looked. But to be seeing a person whom you have not met before in life, that too in a jam-packed train, was an unbelievable, almost miraculous event to have occurred. This episode is brought to you by Gita for Women. We were still exchanging faces in gross amazement when a crazy group embarked on the train in order to get hold of their seats. They started to sing songs of marriage. Probably one of them was going to get married. It was a noisy commotion and everybody around was disturbed because it was late at night and that these people got in the train and there was no way they could be kept quiet. When we first saw each other, we did not know what to say. We did not know whether we should speak something or we should not speak. It was just, we were extremely astonished and there was no way we could express that emotion. We had been planning to meet for months, not weeks. But there was no way we could meet for some divine planning. In fact, we wanted to meet a long time back, but the events were such, it was a natural process that was undergoing. that we simply could not make each other even to meet or grasp a look. We knew everything about each other over the years. We had talked so much. We had discussed everything that was possible to be discussed in this world, from any possible topic to any possible subject. So we were not strangers. But the way the meeting happened was stranger than we could have imagined. Internally, I was very happy, at a total joy to see him, because I was wanting to have him around. Not because of the kind of environment I was facing in that train, but because it had been a very long time since we had been planning to meet, and the meeting was not happening. That feeling was of frustration and somewhere also of loneliness. When I would not email him, I would be busy in my work and he would be busy in his life. But since most of the times we were emailing, after of course the initial times, there was a feeling of belongingness. People come and go. Train journey is a viable example for that depiction. Perhaps he was true love. It happened over thoughts. Meeting on train was incidental. Life happens when we are busy planning. So does love. We may search outside. A search that takes insight helps to know what one needs in life. Not everyone is finding the same thing in life. Meaning of divinity varies. Manusyanam sahasreshu kasyit yatate satyave. Those who really look for love discover it. Place or way is immaterial.